Hi everyone, Puneet here. I am back with one amazing video which everyone requested is Android Developer Roadmap. So this video is for everyone who wants to start their career in Android development or wants to switch to the Android development. This is all about freshers and experienced both. So you don't have to worry about that. So there are so many things I will cover in this video. One is who is Android developer, what are the responsibilities of the Android developer, what is the requirement or what do we need to build an Android applications, and then what are the study resources or materials from where we should start the learning, what do we need, what languages we need, what resources we want, and third point we will discuss is how many days it usually takes to become an Android engineer, to get it started, to be eligible for your jobs, and then we will discuss about how to find jobs in Android application development, what are the platforms we should use for that, and then we will discuss about very important concept, that is how much salary do we get when we start our career, right? And then I will give you one pro tip towards the end which will help you in your career journey. So there are a couple of things I am going to explain in this video, so I would say please do not skip this video at all, otherwise you will miss so many things, and I believe that it is your career and you don't want to skip anything. You don't want any stone untouched, right? So let's get started quickly. First thing first, who is Android developer? What are the responsibilities of the Android developer? Android developer is the one who is responsible to create or build Android applications. Now, what kind of applications, right? There are multiple kind of applications also. For example, an application which is used by end users, for example, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, Myntra, Flipkart, so many applications, right? And second kind of application could be, for example, used by businesses or companies. For example, one attendance application which is used by company internally for their employees, right? And if I have created that product or an application as a company, I can sell it to some other company so that that company can use that application internally for their employees. So there are multiple kind of applications we can work on, depends on what kind of a company we are applying for, what kind of a company we are targeting basically. Now, second very important concept is what is the prerequisite or requirements to become an Android engineer. Could be by machine, could be by what kind of software do we need, what kind of languages do we need, right? So machine wise, you should have one laptop or computer which should have somewhere around 4 GB of RAM at least. You can use i3, i5, Mac, Windows, Linux, any kind of a machine is fine. Software wise, you should have Android Studio. Android Studio is the one where you will develop Android applications. This is where you will start working on. This is the ID, Integrated Development Environment. Now, language wise, Kotlin is the official and primary language for Android applications development. Earlier, we used to use Java for Android applications, but now Kotlin is the official language by Google. Now, what are the study resources from where we should start? Firstly, I just discussed that Kotlin we need. So we should have some idea on syntax of the Kotlin, basic concepts, variables, how can we define that, loops, conditional statements, all those stuff. Then we should know about the familiarity with Android Studio, how Android Studio works. There are multiple windows in that Android Studio. What are those means? What is the structure of that? How the project is created there? Where we can debug that? Where we can see the logs? So all this familiarity we should need with Android Studio. And then we should know about the basic fundamental concepts of Android, right? For example, how can we design the screens? How can we launch the application? How can we publish it to the Play Store? How can we create the application? How can we navigate between the screens? So all these very basic concepts. I'm not going into the detail or technical in depth of that. If you want, I can create separate video for that where I will just discuss about the technical concepts from where we can start after this, after that, what all those concepts should be. For now, I would say you should start from small, create small applications, for example, calculator application, weather application, and gradually move to the complex concepts, right? This is the way, this is the approach everyone should follow. I personally have followed the same. And now, what is the study material? What kind of a website? So it depends on you. If you are interested in video, then you can go for Udemy. You can go for YouTube. Udemy, you will get good courses. You can enroll to that. In YouTube, we have one very important channel that is Coding with Puneet. You can head over to that. You can learn basic concepts and in-depth concepts of the Android as well. There also you will get shorts. So if you want to have some tips or some basic concepts on Android within 30 to 60 seconds, then you can head over to Shorts in Coding with Puneet. Other than that, there are some other YouTube channels where you can find some good videos. Wherever you get good concepts, good learning, good knowledge, you should follow that because it's your career again. And then other than that, you can use Google Code Labs. You can note it down. Google Code Labs is the one where you will get practical examples textually with the code samples in that. After that, there are some other blogs, for example, Medium blogs. You can head over to my Medium blogs as well, puneet-grover.medium.com. I have written a good number of blogs. You can head over to that as well. So now you know from where we have to start Android application development, what resources do we need, what machine do we require, what software do we require. Now, how many days it usually takes? See, although it depends on you, how many years you can devote, what is your grabbing skills, but I generally have seen that somewhere around 2 to 3 months usually taken by absolute beginners, and 1 to 1.5 months usually taken by experienced candidates, subjected to your learning approach. Now let's discuss about salaries. This is a very important concept, although I believe that when we start learning, we shouldn't think about salary, right? And the next thing is growth. What is the growth here? So salary wise, I have seen average 15 to 25k for absolute beginners, though I'm going very straightforward. Some persons may not agree with me because this range is generally subjected to what kind of a company you are going to, what kind of a client you are going to. Is this your campus recruitment? Are you campus hire? From which college you are going on? Either you are going from IIT, NIT, tier 1, 2, 3. Depends on these things. But usually an average person I have seen starting from 15 to 25k. But over a very short span, growth wise, their salary multiplied by 2x, 3x, 4x. So it depends on you how much effort you put in your career, right? So it is not like the strict or fixed salary. And then towards the last, I was thinking to give you one pro tip which surely will help you in your career journey. One is always create an impressive resume. Resume is the very first thing which is noticed by employers, right? If your resume is not shortlisted, then all other interviews, your preparations, all are in vain. So we should have a resume first. We should have a good resume so that it will be shortlisted easily. And now second very important concept is GitHub profile. You should create one good GitHub profile, prepare your portfolio there so that whenever you apply in any company, you can directly send them your GitHub profile that this is what I have done, this is my portfolio, these kind of applications I have built, this is the way I write my code, this is the approach I follow, so that it builds trust, right? It builds trust between your employer and employee. And of course, your resume gets shortlisted very easily if these kind of concepts are there. And third very important concept is use LinkedIn wisely. Build a network there. Approach engineers who are already working in your domain so that they can refer you internally in their companies. This will help you a lot. Otherwise, they can guide you like this is what you need. This kind of a job description in my company, and you should know about this one. So this is ultimately help you. So you should have a good LinkedIn profile. And fourth, last but not least is you can opt in for the Google certification. I'm not promoting any kind of certification. I believe that practical knowledge is very important as opposed to the certification, but certification would add as an advantage in your resume. It will highlight. See, Google certification is not only about objective questions, it gives you practical exposure. It gives you how bugs can be found out, how bugs can be resolved, how we can develop the features. I have personally done that. I have a good idea on that. If you want, I will create one video on that. Please write down in the comment section. Also, my personal belief is that certification will give you sense of confidence, right, before appearing to the interview. So that's it, guys. I hope that you have liked my video. If you want more videos like that, please do subscribe to my channel. And if you want more updates, press the bell icon. Keep watching. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.